feeling some Irie Jane Austen under a tree energy. Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Or if you are new here, I am so glad that you stumbled onto this little corner of the internet. I'm Meredith, and this is a place where we try on pretty things in plus sizes, because that's what I'm working with. Occasionally mildly embarrass ourselves, and just generally have a good old time doing all of the above. In today's video, we are doing something incredibly exciting, and that is because we are going to try on formal dresses. And let me tell you, if I could change this channel to where I was just trying on formal dresses all the time, I would be okay with it. Like Meredith's Formal Dresses. Change the name of the channel. All dresses, all day long, by Meredith. But in all seriousness, today we are working with AW Bridal, who I have worked with twice before, and y'all, they never disappoint. The videos that I've done by AW Bridal are like the embellished three-dimensional florals that I did in like the Field of Blue bonnets, and then also their Reborn collection, a dress from like the Age of Adelaide, and a plus size version of the How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days dress. Today, I've got these four awesome dresses to add to my collection. The dresses have always been so pretty, so romantic, and they do this super cool thing at no additional cost, which is cut these dresses to your exact measurements. That's what I'm saying. Custom sizing for free. Like actual custom sized dresses. Free. It still kind of blows my mind every time. Basically, when you are not a standard size, or you're a plus size, you're one size in the hips and one size in the chest, or just nothing beautiful ever fits when you go into a store, ordering a custom sized dress could 100% be a solution for you. Now, there are negatives to any website that does custom sizing, and that is if you order it in custom sizing, you can't return it because that dress was made to your measurements. And that's the way that it is with any brand that I've worked with that does these custom measurements. Really, what you do is you just send them your measurements, you know, like bust, hips, waist, etc. Have someone help you if you can. And then within a few weeks, your little package arrives and voila, the dress actually fits. What I'm saying here is no awkward gaping or tight spots or that weird thing where the zipper only goes about halfway up and it won't go any further. Please tell me that you understand what I'm talking about here. What I'm saying is she is gonna fit you. The dresses that we're looking at today are all floral prints. All of these dresses come in tons of solid colors, beautiful, especially for a summer wedding. These are obviously lending toward the formal variety, and they are right up my alley. I think they're so romantic and beautiful. I am so incredibly excited to try on this one and really that one. Okay, I'm excited to try them all on. If you had told like middle school me that I would get to try on beautiful dresses and that they would actually fit me, I don't know that I would believe you, but I do know that I would have something awesome to look forward to. So we're going like full garden party today. Maybe even a little bit cottagecore, and definitely with a touch of Irie Jane Austen under a tree energy. All right, so I've got four dresses to show you. We are gonna talk about fit. We're gonna talk about quality. We're gonna discuss price, how they feel on, and which one's giving the most main character vibes. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, we're in one of those dessert first situations because this is the one that I was the most excited about, and I struggled so hard on which print to get this in. I'm gonna put on the screen the one that I was like this close to going between. There was a pink one, and then there was this blue and white one, and I mean, I'd go back and forth over which one I wanted, and I do love it in this green. The tiers are just lovely. We have this permanent pleated chiffon, just so feminine, flirty, and beautiful. I'm 5'10", which is another reason that I really like to get custom dresses. I bought like the size 20 off of the rack. It's going to be too short. Because I tell them my height, this one just graces the floor exactly as it should. We have this beautiful pleating right here also in the bust. Look at these gorgeous pleats. And I do say permanent pleating because that is what it is. I always get a little bit concerned whenever I'm steaming and you've got something like this. I had a dress once where I steamed it out, and boy, did those pleats just come right on out. I did have to steam all of these dresses, and I am happy to say that the pleats survived. This one is strapless. I'm of course wearing a strapless bra, and I'm wearing like my little shapewear shorties. I just always wear the Fabletics ones. The most amazing thing about getting something in a custom size is that I was able to zip this on myself. Because let me tell you, there have been times when I've had to have like Rebecca Hold and Ross zip. It's not pretty, but it's happened. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I think that this one is just lovely. If we look, there is a slip underneath. The tiered chiffon is all sewn to the same layer. And so there's really like 2 layers of lining and then the layers and layers of chiffon. And this one will be absolutely gorgeous on a dance floor. Oh my gosh, what in the ever-loving Regency fantasy is this gorgeous dress? I feel like I am the belle of the ball, and I love it. I honestly can't tell you which one I like more. They are just so beautiful and different. And this dress is like 115 bucks. All of them I think are under 130. I'll be sure, I always put it on the screen. I'm bad about like changing, looking at myself in the mirror and having that fantasy and then trying to remember what cost what. So I do always put it on the screen for you, and in my description I'm gonna have a discount code. But I got all of these cut, like I said, for free to custom. This one does have a slit. I personally am not a huge fan of the slit, but I did want to have one that does. I might actually have more than one. And it's so common that they have them right now. And I can also say that from working the prom boutiques for like giving gown, that a lot of girls really, really want a slit. But yeah, I do think that this one's beautiful. The interesting thing, whenever I first got this on and I slid it onto me, my daughter was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I think that those sleeves are gonna pop off because they were attached right here. I was like, no, baby, they're not gonna pop off. Rebecca is my 15-year-old daughter. Lo and behold, I put it on and it popped off, and I was afraid that I had popped a seam, but they are stuck on by a little snap. And I think that's so that you keep them together, because if I raise my arm up, it cannot be connected to the dress. But if I wanna keep my arms like this, I can absolutely snap it. I just talk with my hands too much for that to be a thing. This also has all of the beautiful gathering right here. We've got it going vertically, and then we have it going horizontally, and then it comes out. They are not skimping us on fabric in the slightest. There is so much. All of these are just beautiful and flowy. It's so often that I find a dress that is in that $100 range where it looks so full and beautiful online, and then it's pretty like sheath columny, even though that is not the intention when I get it in person, especially whenever I go to plus sizing. Yeah, I think the blue and white is beautiful. I know that you guys are probably tired of me saying it, but blue and white always makes me think of Flow Blue, makes me think of Grandma's China, makes me think kind of my China, because we've gone toward that. That just makes me feel very fancy. So these sleeves, like I said, they come off, so this can 100% be a strapless dress if that is what you are wanting. And I'm gonna remember to snap these bad boys back on whenever I hang this dress back up. It does have some boning right here in the bust, which is very nice, and that boning ends right under the bust, but it does keep a nice shape. The flow is beautiful. I'm a fan. I can't wait to watch this back and see which one is the winner. Okay, there is something about sweetheart necklines that make me want to pull my hair up, and so I went ahead and caved. It's just so elegant, like in a different way than these. The last two were a chiffon. I ended up getting 2 satin, 2 chiffons, and look at this print. It looks like a gorgeous painting. It actually reminds me, whenever we were in Germany, of these paintings that are my favorite, and I need my daughter to make some for me because she's a budding little artist, and they had like a black background and then flowers on them. It was obviously a time period of them, because there were rooms and rooms and rooms when we went to the Zwinger, and that is what this reminds me of, even though all the florals are white. Well, multiple shades of green. This one does not have a slit, and it's fully arm covering. So if that's what you're looking for, I always try and grab a couple that cover arms, because that is something that is very, very highly requested. Can we pull the sleeves up? Okay, no, the sleeves are staying down. I tried pulling them up. The best you're gonna do is kind of get the cusp of the shoulder, and they're just gonna fall. It was definitely worth a look. Honestly, these sleeves are just gorgeous. I love the ballooning. I think that it looks so elegant, like you are walking right out of a fairy tale. And you know what? I have not been sitting. I'm so sorry. I get too excited sometimes and I forget, but sit test approved. What do you think, Lulu? Lulu approved. I like to sit just so that you can kind of get a feel. There's almost no party that you're going to go to where you don't sit down at some point. It's definitely not my most attractive view, but sometimes the girls got to be realistic. The skirts, I just love it. I love that I don't have a slit in it. I think it gives my bust just a beautiful soft line without giving me the cleavage. Really, this one is a win all the way around, in my opinion. Lulu's made it very hard for me to twirl, but I love you, girl. You also need to look at the bust line on this. The draping on it is just lovely. Sweetheart necklines all the way. Okay, I have my phone handy because this dress requires instructions, but this is the way that I initially saw it online, and it's the way that I want to show it to you first. I was looking for a couple that did not have sleeves and a couple that did, and this one really surprised me because it's actually an infinity dress. I did realize that prior to ordering it, but I thought that it was so interesting, I wanted to bring it on. And I'm gonna do at least another short video about this one where I'll show all of the ways. I'm not showing you how to tie it right now, but I'm gonna show you some of the different ways that it can be tied. This kind of reminds me of a kimono, if we look at it this way. What I've done is these 2 pieces are incredibly long, wrapped them around my waist and tied it in the back. and it gives me this beautiful arm coverage. This one does have a slit. It's made of satin charmeuse, and it's basically a strapless dress with some protrusions off the front. And this one took a long time to steam. Ta-da! I promise you, bows will be so much prettier if you have an assistant. But I do love the look of this one. This is one of my very favorite ways to do it. It's tied here and then tied again around the neck. Okay, beautiful. So the reason that I really thought that this was a cool one to go with is because I went to a wedding. It's been over a year, but it was my niece on my husband's side, like her cousin. So no relation at all, but we're close enough to be wedding guests. And her bridesmaid dresses were infinity dresses. And I thought it was so neat because everyone's dress looked totally different. And yes, look at this one. I think the bag's super cool. Let's do a couple more. Okay, and then this one's crisscrossed in the front and the back. I really like it. And last, we're gonna go to the one shoulder. I'm glad I'm not forced to show you my uncut footage because it just took me like 10 minutes to figure this one out. Okay, I think that this is so neat. I would love to know what your favorites were of these. Like I said, all of them are under $130. I think this one has the potential to be my favorite. Like, it's the one I got the most excited about when I first put it on, which is always a really, really good thing. And I think this one's like 110. I'm impressed with AW Bridal. Clearly they're made when you order them. They are using your measurements. If you order their whole sizes, you can send them back. But like I said, every time I've ordered something from them, in that custom size, it does so well. And after ordering from brands like AW Bridal, that is something that I will always continue to do for myself and my daughter and recommend to any of my friends who are gonna be mothers of the bride, brides, etc. One thing that I would like to note, and I did a little short on Instagram about this, I'll link that down in the bio, and it's kind of like looking at online websites and what you need to be careful of, because I've had a ton of websites reach out to me that want me to do custom dresses. Some of them I've looked at their site and said, you know, no thank you. And some of them have actually sent me dresses. Of the quite a few who have sent me dresses, I've only put my name behind 2 companies. And that is because I feel like the quality's there. I feel like through multiple orders, through multiple dresses, through the reviews and hearing from people who have actually purchased from them, they are actually making these dresses. They've made them before. The models in the pictures are their models. But that little short video will show you some things that you should look at to see if, hey, is this going to be a good deal? Or is this website a complete scam who's never made this dress before? Is gonna make some facsimile of it that may or may not fit and might have plastic butterflies sewn to it. I don't know. And if you ever have a question about a site, you're welcome to send it to me. I'm not gonna post publicly because I definitely don't want to defame any of those companies, but I will always give you my honest opinion. What I'm trying to say is I completely trust AW Bridal. If you're looking for a nice, modest, formal dress, this is a great way to go. Please do me a favor and let me know your favorite. I can't wait to watch this footage back and see if there's one that totally stands out. I really like them all. Also, if there are any dresses that you feel like a high schooler would gravitate toward or wear, please let me know in the comments, because any dresses that a girl could wear to prom or military ball, I like to donate to an organization called Giving Gown. It's like the best organization in the world. I always like to say that there is a philanthropy out there for everyone. Like, if your passion is art, there are gonna be charities out there where you get to help work with kids and teach them to draw. You get to put craft supplies in the hands of kids who may not have it otherwise. You get to possibly go to a retirement home and work with the elderly painting. If your passion is dresses, there are going to be organizations where you can donate, you can help, you can dress girls who might not have dresses otherwise for special events. This is one that my heart is totally in. I don't have any affiliation with them aside from like volunteering and donating. But if you've got an organization like that in your area and you've got an old dress that you think, hey, you know what, someone might love this, check it out. But yeah, if any of those fit that bill, please let me know. Thank you so much for being the best part of YouTube. Liking, commenting, and subscribing help me so much. I hope that you have a day as awesome as you are, and I will see you in the next one.
So beautiful. 'cause you know